Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Collins, and I want to talk to you today and talk to you about what all happened at the Journey Retreat this year, the 2022 Journey Retreat. I want to tell you, God said, I'm coming. Are you? Trusting God in times of doubt, it's a real test of faith. So many obstacles were presented to us prior to the Journey Retreat: doubt, uncertainty, COVID, airline travel, gas prices. It was a should we or shouldn't we? Well, stay tuned for the rest of the story. If I haven't met you yet, I'm Mary Ellen Collins, and I'm the executive director and founder of the Motherless Daughters Ministry. I'm so pleased that you're spending your precious time with me. And I'm bringing you this Monday morning ministry moments. It's being obedient in times of doubt. So the first thing I want to tell you that since the onset of the pandemic, we had to cancel two retreats because in-person retreats because of the pandemic. We were so ready to have it was a dream to have an in-person retreat. We were so excited, but oh my, did we ever get tested. First of all, I have to share with you that before we even had the retreat, we were tested. We were baffled what to do. First was the obstacle. There was so many obstacles that stood in our way from even having this retreat. The first obstacle was COVID. What are we going to do about that? We had no idea if COVID would be showing its ugly head or if it was something that we could be managed. So our first obstacle, we decided hard to work through this. Create a COVID policy. Check. COVID officer for the retreat. Check. COVID supplies for the retreat. Check. Monitor CDC guidelines for the retreat before the retreat. Check. Track infections rates, stats. Mandate proof of vaccination or negative tests. Be ready to postpone again if the rates climbed. Oh, we didn't want to do that. But we felt that we had this obstacle managed as much as we could with predictability, the unpredictability of the virus. And we did. We said, fine, we're going to have this retreat. Little did we know that there was going to be a war in Ukraine, that gasoline prices were going to be sky high. Little did we know that the airlines would be dictating prices and travel arrangements for anybody who made a reservation. In fact, we had individuals try so hard to come to this retreat. One experienced airline changes, changing their ticket 3 or 4 times, and along with those changes, prices also changed. One woman's ticket went from $300 to $800 with changes. Another woman who would arrive 4 days later than the retreat because they kept rerouting her. And she would have had multiple connections and may have ended up sightseeing in an unknown place due to misconnections. So we were really baffled about all these challenges. And the ministry's board of directors, they're charged with the fiscal responsibility of the ministry, but they're also charged to ensure that we fulfill our mission and we make the right decision for those we serve. In my morning devotions, I prayed, Lord, I am really worried. And God told me loud and clear, I'm showing up. I plan to be there. Are you? Well, when God says he's showing up, it seems to be a little trite for to have any doubt at all. When I say I'm worried about this, God was telling me, I've got this. Have this retreat. There's a reason why you're having this retreat. It's not for you. It's for those I am sending to you. This retreat was supposed to happen, and God was going to be there. He was going to be there to help these women work through their loss and the grief that they've been carrying. When the retreat started, It was so absolutely amazing how every one of those women were so ready. They were absolutely ready. In fact, one woman revisited before the retreat began her childhood home, revisited her childhood church, and went to the grave of her mother's grave before she came to the retreat. And she hadn't done any of these in many, many years. So why was she nudged to do this at this time? Who knows? But I think we do know. I think it was a God thing. Other things that happened at the retreat were the healing and the unpeeling. The unpeeling of the layers of the onion. When we call this retreat healing the wounds of mother loss one step at a time, that's exactly what it is. Layer by layer by layer, it comes off. One woman arrived at the retreat in a frazzle. And I mean, she'd been driving for 6 hours. She'd gotten lost. She was exhausted, and anxiety was written all over her face. And I want to tell you, that woman physically looked different after the retreat. Some women told us that retreat was the hardest thing they'd ever done, but it was the best thing they'd ever done. One woman said what she had paid for the retreat could not have gone to a hotel and 9 meals for the cost. But when she got home from the retreat, it was an absolute blessing. Now, these people's testimonies are on the website if you want to. I want to just share a little bit with us and get your Kleenex ready because this will bring tears to your eyes. It brings tears to my eyes. One woman, we protect their names, so you'll see their initials on the website, and that's Motherless Daughters Ministry at .com, and go to the section that says About section, and you look for testimonies, and that's where you'll see those. But this woman said, "Little did I know how the incredible value of the intangibles that I've received. I don't have photos, mementos, or social media shareable moments. But what I do have is a sisterhood, bonding, a very large safety net, and a place that will bring me comfort. This is beyond priceless. This is one, if not the greatest gift I have ever been given." The next woman I want to share, and her initials are CW on the website, and it's a quite lengthy testimony. So I pulled out just a little bit about that. She said the journey retreat was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, but it was also one of the most amazing and best experiences of my life. Sharing feelings, my story, the life events that had been so difficult. I didn't even realize that they were still stuck way down inside of me. The retreat was challenging while also loving and compassionate. It was soul searching with a dose of laughter and friendship. I have no doubt will last a lifetime. Another woman said, "I walked in meeting strangers, but I left with sisters. Sisters I never knew I needed, but they are now part of my soul forever. I knew this retreat would be a journey home, to my hometown, to my mom, to the feelings of my past. But what I found that this was my journey home to my loving God. And in retrospect, that He had never left me." Wow. Okay. I think that probably I'm touched by this, and I think probably you will be touched by this as you read more about these testimonies. I hope you'll consider coming to the next retreat that's offered. Save the date. It's April 28th through May 1st of 2023. And we'll let you know if we can plan an additional retreat in between then. If you're ready to work on your mother loss, If you're ready to lay down your grief at the foot of the cross, and you are ready to connect with a group of women who have absolutely will surround you with unconditional love. And if you're ready to work on your journey and know you're not alone, we'll be waiting for you. I'll show up. God will show up. Will you show up? Thank you so much for spending your time, and I will see you next week.